Hello again everyone and welcome back to another episode of playing Astroneer. The previous episode we found all this research, these research pods, and now we need to try and get back, and I've just realised that we fell in here. So what you can do is with your terrain tool, rather than removing some of the ground, you can actually build it up. So you press Alt and your left mouse button and you can make, let's get out of the way, you can make yourself a ramp basically. So you can usually build it up and then just smooth it out. Hopefully you did a little bit more there. And then smooth it out. No, that didn't really work, did it? So we'll come off here, and what we'll do is we'll build it up here. You've got to be careful as well, because as you build it up it moves closer and closer towards you. That looks a bit better, so we'll grab one of these because we know we definitely haven't done one of these yet. That's another thing, while you're holding something you can't jump, so if you've made it a bit too steep, oh dear, that's not so good. Right, okay, I'm going to have to smooth it out a bit and hopefully not drop everything. There we go, and we're out. I might have to make that a little bit shallower later on. And we'll head back, and it's daytime so everything should be charged up. And see what we get out of this one. I think what I will do is make a vehicle bay, because you can build a rover out of compound, and that will just make things a little bit quicker. And here we go, randomising. Truck. That's pretty good. It's quite expensive to build a truck though, it takes 4 aluminium. But I'm sure there'll be some aluminium ore in that cave and we'll be able to build a truck. You can carry more stuff on a truck, and there are bigger tools that you can put on. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'll nip back and grab all that research, and I'll come back to you once I've brought it all back to the base. Okay, so rather than subject you to a couple of minutes of me running back and forth with these things, I've just gone and dumped them in this hole, and we'll see what goodies we get. Now, I think we did run these before, so there we go, we've got some lithium, which is what you need to make batteries. So you can make a small battery on your backpack, or you can make a large battery at the printer. And we've had this one before, but we'll give it a go. I'll just grab this guy and put him on there for a sec. We're going to have to make a bigger solar panel. It's painfully slow with charging up like this. There we go. See what material we get out of this one. And it's coal, so that's what you can use in the bigger generator you make at the printer as well. Which I have to admit I've not used yet, because I've not had any problem with solar power or wind power. So I'm just having a look around while that's charging up. There's another resource pod over there we could go and have a look at. There's one just there, which again, we'll go and do that next, I think. There we go. I'm not sure if we've had one of these ones before. And we haven't, so we'll get a new blueprint. A fuel condenser. Now I think, did we get trade platform before as well? Because with trade platform and the fuel condenser, you can basically get any resource you want, because you can trade. Basically the fuel condenser makes hydrazine, uses power and makes hydrazine. And you can then trade that on the trade platform for anything you want. There are different rates of exchange, but For example, I think to get a lithium you need 8 hydrazine, but if you're just making it out of thin air, then it's not so bad. What did we get there? Got some more copper. Actually, we've got some power here we could use. Try that after. We've got some more resin, so let's make another platform. So off this node, I'll make another node and then another platform over here. Resin, and we've still got 2. We're going to need one more though. Oh well, let's go and get one more. So make a node this way, which takes 1. I'll tell you what, I'm going to need to fill in that hole. So one thing you can do, rather than trying to fill in the whole thing, there's a tool for flattening the ground, and you hold control, you get your tool out, and you hold control, and whatever height land you've started on, it makes that. So it's very handy for filling in holes so you don't fall in and die. Because it's very easy to fall in and die. While I was hoiking that research across off camera, I nearly died twice trying to get down a very steep ramp. Takes a bit of getting used to this, but so long as there's no drops to death, it's not so bad. There we go. So we need to go and get one more resin, and there was some under there, wasn't there? So now what we'll do is we've nicely flattened that, so we'll ruin it again, but it's not going to be enough. So I'll have to go and find another patch of resin. So we'll follow. Here we go. There's some at the end of this tether line. So the power in your backpack only gets recharged if the power producing things on your base are actually producing power. It can't use the power in any of the facilities. I think we lost one there, it's disappeared. That seemed to glitch into the ground, never mind, we've still got 4, so that's plenty. So that's one thing to remember about this game if you do get it now, is it is a very early version. So there are some things that don't work properly and some strange things that happen sometimes. Right, so what can we build here now? We've got a printer, so we can build a fuel condenser, the smelter, the vehicle bay, and the trade platform, so that's pretty good. So I think we've got some aluminium somewhere. Here we go. So what we'll do is we'll build a trade platform, and we'll come out. Tell you what, we'll just stick this tether back on our backpack. Come out this way a bit with another node, and then this way again. It'll be good to have these next to each other because then you can quickly swap things across. We've got any resin left? No, so we'll head back out and get some more. We need 2. And I can't remember what the fuel condenser needs. I think it said copper, but I'm not 100% sure. Suck all this resin up. So it's very easy to take the ground out from under your feet as well when you get... Blimey, there is a lot of it here. So there's 2 resin. Come and get the rest later, next time we need it. So we're going to go and get some compound as well, I think, so we can build a big solar panel, because we've got a few things that need power now. And kablamo. Oh, we've got the, yeah, so we need the fuel condenser, which needs copper, which I think we might be in luck. We've got some hanging about, or have we not? Oh no, we used it for the printer, didn't we? So we've got one there. But down in that cave there was a whole load of copper ore, so I'll go and grab some of that, but that does mean we'll need to build a smelter. So I'll just get the last of this resin so we can build another platform, and we can build the smelter which will allow us to turn the copper ore into copper. That's a shame. You can't actually get rid of the ground around one of them, which means there's some resin there we can't get, but there's still plenty. I don't think I've ever seen one this. Well, I say don't think I've ever seen. I've only been playing it since yesterday, but didn't get to it. There we did. So we'll head back across. Hold on, we're going to need 3. We've got to make another node before we can make another platform. Oh dear, I'm not on a tether. Let's just refill our oxygen. Geez, there is a load of it. There we go, 3 resin. So I'll go around the other side with the smelter, I think. Oh, we're going to need to fill in this hole as well. Never mind. So difficult. Come on. Oh, we're going to. I'm not sure why I've run out of power. I've got some power on here, which it should be using. I'm not 100% sure why that's not working, but never mind, we'll wait till daytime. We can make the node out this way. Oh, we're going to need 4 resin, aren't we? We need 1 more. A bit of to-ing and throwing, but that's not so bad. It's getting day now, so we should be okay for power. Get the tool out. Bit of resin there. Oh, blimey, this is pretty deep now. It's quite dangerous. Come on, just need 1 more. Excellent. So we'll now build this platform. And I think we'll have to go and get some compounds to actually make the... Right, okay for power now, so we'll just sort this out before we do that. Don't think that can actually hurt you, but it's always a bit worrying. Right, that's safe enough, so we'll make that into a platform. Sometimes the camera does do that, which can be bad if you're trying to fight one of them poisonous gas plants. So for a smelter, yeah, we do need compound. So, okay, there's some compound at the entrance at the entrance of the cave. So we'll nip over there and get some of that. And we'll get some of the copper ore while we're down there as well. So it's fairly straightforward. For every 1 copper ore you get, you can smelt it into 1 copper. There's a hole. Oh, that's not the right hole. This is the one, and we'll end up sliding down. And you've got to be careful because you can die nearly like that. You can see the edge of the screen goes red once you've taken damage. And we'll grab some of this malachite. And that looks like a new... So to actually get this, you've got to make sure there's no ground touching it whatsoever. We'll get 1 more. Can never have too much. It can be a bit temperamental. So we've got 3 of them. We'll grab this research because that's a new type, which will be very handy. He drops it. Moving the camera angle actually changes. Oh dear, it's a storm. We'll get back in this cave. Storms are not good because these big rocks fly about and they can kill you. So you've got to try and... Oh, nearly fell in that big hole we just made. Just hang out down here until the storm's over. In fact, what we'll do is we'll carry on in this sort of direction. While that's going on, some more research on this big noodle plant. Always remember, I sometimes forget to place the tethers and then you get the warning about your oxygen and you panic. So you can also get aluminium ore, which I've not seen any of yet. It's red rather than that goldeny colour like the copper ore was. Watch out, a bit of a drop. So we'll come back and look at that later. Mustn't forget to grab that compound on the way out. In fact, have I got? Oh, I've got one compound there. There's loads of copper ore around here. So I don't think we're going to be short of that. There's some more of them poisonous gas spitters over there. So the storms, you can either dig yourself a hole in the ground to avoid them, and it's gone. Or you can get in your habitat, because that protects you, or if you've got a vehicle, you can sit in your vehicle and that will stop you from getting hit by the rocks as well. Oh, I've just noticed up there on that mountain there's a structure up there. That's actually a giant solar panel, which what you can do is you can dig it out and you can winch it back with a truck and bring it back and attach it to your base, and it provides a whole load of power, and you basically don't need anything else. And you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to get that compound. So I'll just do this because that will give us another blueprint. And what will the random luck generator give us? Power cells. So you can make them, and basically they provide 4 bars of power. So you can make it and put it on here, or you can make it and have it on your backpack and it will provide you backup power. That's the wrong way. Provide you backup power, so you can use your tool for longer if you're not attached to a tether, or even if you are and it's night time and you've got no power generation at your base. So we'll grab, there was compound here, right? Yeah, there was. We'll grab a few bits of this because I want to build this. Actually, you need to build a solar panel as well. Should have dropped some of that stuff off really, because I'm going to end up one short. Oh, is there not any more? Right, we're not going to be able to build the solar panel right now then. Is that another storm? No, it's not, it's just night time. The lighting effects are a bit strange sometimes. But it is a beautiful looking game. Especially when you're getting the sunrise and the sunset over the horizon. The way the lighting effects are for that are really, really good. So, what we're going to do, we're going to build a smelter. And we're not going to be able to do it now because it's night time and it needs power, although we've got some power here, haven't we? You can stick that on there and it'll... What is that? I'm sure that should charge it up. But never mind. Oh, in a second, we've got to stick it there maybe. No. I'll have to wait till daytime to do that, but what we can do is we can drop off the copper ore. So it uses, no matter how many of the ores you smelt, it takes all of the power, so it's got to recharge again. So it's better to have as many as you can, otherwise you're just wasting time really waiting for everything to charge back up. But also, it's a good idea to have all of this clear, or to put some storage on it. Some of the storage things. So the one that we've put over there, you can actually put here and it lays flat. Because if it's got nowhere to put the metal after it's smelted the ore, it just stops but still uses all the power. So again, these are all things I found out to a lot of wasted time. So I'll tell you what, I don't need this organic. So there's another hole over here, I think. Oh no, we filled it in, didn't we? Ah, what do we mean? We've got some storage, haven't we? What you can do is you can just build a hole and dump your stuff in there. But we'll stick it on here seeing as we went to the trouble of building it. So we could do with more compound to make a solar panel. So we'll just have a quick look out in this direction and see if we can spot any. Because we've only got 2 tethers, so I don't want to waste them. Oh, look at that. As if by magic, there's a whole load of compound. So we've got 2 there. Actually, I think we've got 3, but 1 sometimes disappears down into the little crafting area at the bottom of your backpack if you've got one selected like that. So we've got some power here, so what we'll do, solar panel, build, build, let's go. Because I think the sun's about to come up, you can see over there. So now that's built, we'll stick that here, and as soon as the sun is out, that'll open up, and it'll actually route power to anywhere where it's needed. Yeah, the sun's coming up. We'll go over here and just grab some more of that compound because we're fully charged again. So we can make some tethers and go out on another little scout in the cave. Sometimes it seems to take a huge number of these things to pop out before you actually get one in your backpack. Although we have got 2. Oh. What we need to do is grab one of them solar panels back and for our backpack, one of the little ones. Because there you go, now everything's fully charged. The solar panel there is opened up, and when it's got them bars going like that, that means it's producing energy. Should have moved that out of the way first, but I think, yeah, we've got all 3. So what we can do now is grab 2 of them, and we'll build the fuel condenser. So yeah, this uses energy and basically gives you free hydrazine, but it takes quite a lot of energy to do it. And the hydrazine you can use either on the trading platform to swap for other resources. So if we'll look here, you can get compound, resin, organic, hydrazine, laterite, which is aluminium ore, malachite, which is the copper ore, aluminium or copper, or lithium, coal and titanium. So titanium's used to build some of the things that you can make for vehicles, and for the oxygen tanks for your backpack needs titanium. Coal's used for the generators, the big generators that you make at the printer. Lithium you make the batteries with. And you can see copper we've used, oh here we go. We used it to build this, and we'll do that. And basically it fills up a little canister of hydrazine. So what we'll do, because I'd like to build a battery, because it means if you shift and click it will go automatically to your backpack. So you can see there the solar panel is charging it back up because it's used all the power. So we've got 4 hydrazine at the moment, which is pretty good. Which you stick on here. So you can see there 4 hydrazine gives you 1 copper, but there are different. So 4 hydrazine will give you 4 compound, 4 resin or 4 organic, give you 2 hydrazine, which is a bit strange, I don't know why anyone would ever do that. 2 aluminium ore or 2 copper ore, 1 aluminium or 1 copper, so you don't have to smelt it. I think you need 8 hydrazine for a lithium, for a coal and for a titanium. So again it's full, so we'll click that. We've got no more ore, we've got nothing to research. we've got, it's nearly done. Maybe do another storage. Stick that on there. And basically what I'm going to do is I want to get some lithium so we can build a battery. Obviously this is only going to charge up in the daytime. We've not got any more aluminium, have we? Well, we've already got one lithium, so we need to buy one to be able to get a battery. So if I select that on here now, stick one there, and then when we've got 8 of these, how many have we got now? 5, so 3 more. But what we'll do now is we've not explored in this direction at all, so we'll just go and have a quick look and see what's over the hill. That's one thing about games like this, you see a hill, you just want to go and see what's on the other side. Oh, we're out of tethers, build some more. That's the noise it makes once it makes something. What's over here? Oh, that's hydrazine. So you can actually just collect it with your terrain tool as well. And sometimes things don't load into you quite close. Is that the same solar panel or is that a different one? I think it might be a different one because the other one was on a mountain. It's over there, look. So we've actually got 2 of them within a reasonable distance. But what you can do eventually is you can build, once you've researched it, you can build new habitats and go and make new bases. Some resin over there as well. And some compounds, that's not so bad. There's a few bits over there we can get when we need them. We left it too long now, I should have done another. Oh, skidding, surfing along. Sometimes you don't need to be going down a slope to start skidding, it sometimes just happens. There we go. So we'll need 2 more, or 1 more after this one, which is not so bad. One more to go, which we can do in the morning. So what we'll do now is we'll go and just grab some more of the copper ore, because I'm sure it will come in useful. And maybe see if we can grab some more research as well. Because if nothing else, we'll get some resources out of it. I need to do something about this because it's a bit of a death trap. But it's a bit clunky. Which we tethered this way, didn't we? Oh, well, that was just to. Oh, we'll grab this one. I think we've already had this one, but we'll drop him here. Actually, there's more of them gas plants in there. Oh, we have grabbed that one. There'll be some over there and some over there. Just go and tether out and grab some of this copper ore. Here we go. I was saying before, sometimes it seems to take a huge number of these to give you one, and then sometimes it just seems like you've hardly done any and you've got a full one already. Let's get some. Another 3. See if we get another one. Oh, that's painful. We'll come back and do that later. We've got 3, so that's good enough. It's not going to be a huge waste of time. And we'll grab this guy and try and get up here again without falling off. I keep thinking there's a storm outside when I hear that as we're coming out of the cave. If you do die, obviously sometimes if you're in the middle of a storm there's massive rocks flying about, and as soon as one of them hits you, you die, or you get hit by one of them gas plants. you can go and recover the stuff from your backpack. It will stay there, but only from your last death. So if you die again, you'll lose everything, I believe. We'll do that research. But also, if you have things on the side, so you can put anything on these side ones, anything that's on the side ones will stay with you when you respawn, and you respawn back at your habitat. We'll do that. And we'll end up with the 4 copper, which is good. Research, oh that's alright, it's giving us some lithium. So what we'll do now is we'll make a battery. So yeah, you can make a small battery which clips onto your backpack, or this big battery which needs a 2 slot. There we go. So we'll stick that there. Oh, it's not attached. There we go. And the sun's going to come up again, and the solar panel will fill up the battery. And then, if our power generation isn't creating anything, it'll fill up the battery for us. And on that note, I'll call that the end of this episode. Again, we're getting towards half an hour. So next episode, I think we'll go on a bit of a further exploration, either of the cave or off in one of these directions, and just go and see what we can find. Because we could do with finding some aluminium, so we can build a vehicle bay, so that we can go further afield. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you on the next episode.